Listen, Tuesdays in the NFL have been reacting to the Monday Nighter. And then hearing Jerry Jones on his local radio chit-chat. And sometimes Jerry's real chippy, as we know. Remember, he sounded like he threatened the two hosts that interviewed him.
With their jobs.
And you're like, I can go over your head anytime. I can pull the rights anytime. I mean, we're paraphrasing.
I own this station.
We're reading between his lines there. Other times he's just cheerful, and ready for any action to mix it up. And, now the Cowboys season is down to its final 3 games, the all-in season that, TJ, I think you rightfully pinpointed the moment, as you said the other day, very vividly, that the Cowboys season ended the minute the hamstring ripped off the bone inside of Dak Prescott's leg.
When they decided to separate.
And because the season was already on the brink when that happened for the Cowboys in Atlanta back in Week 9. Already on the brink. And so now it's just how are they playing, how are they finishing up, and to finish up, the host did ask Jerry Jones a couple weeks ago, what do you need to see from Mike McCarthy in terms of to evaluate whether he stays? And the same, I guess, it could be said for Mike Zimmer, and the team has been playing better under Cooper Rush. And if not for that one punt snafu, they could be on a win streak with a chance to put a scare in the 7th-seeded Commanders that they've already beaten. But it sure sounds like Jerry's leaning towards keeping him. This is what he had to say on 105.3 The Fan about Zimmer and Mike McCarthy.
I think you're seeing the best of Mike Zimmer. And maybe, I shouldn't say that. You're beginning to see some of the best, but maybe the best is still ahead of us. But he's been real impressive now, putting that defense together with the attrition that we've had with availability with our players. So I give him that. Mike, I don't know how you cannot say that his team has shown that they'll handle adversity, and he can get you there with the injury situation impacting the availability of those players. I hate to keep repeating that, but it's so obvious, and yet have that team playing at the level it's playing. So, I give them both high grades this year.
Here's the issue. Yes, they have played better, and this is the time when you want to see who's trying hard, and the fact that they are trying hard does reflect well on the coaching. It's just how to go when the season wasn't over and the starters were in there. Terribly.
Just blown
This
out
just
at home.
you know what I mean?
Routinely,
And Cowboys season shouldn't be about, they're plucky and playing with moxie when the season's essentially done. Yeah. That's not what Cowboy seasons are about. But that said, they are playing better, and that may have something to do with whether they're kept or not. I'm curious to hear what Cowboys fans think, but the bottom line is when you hear that, it's like, great. But when the season wasn't toast and their starters were in there and Dak's hamstring was on the bone and CeeDee Lamb was there without his shoulder injury and Micah Parsons was there before he went out and Tank Lawrence was there before he went out and so on and so forth, how'd it go? Not so great. And this is the evaluation the Cowboys are going to have in the next 3 weeks. But they have played better, and you do have to give it up. You have to give your flowers to them in that regard.
Too much, too little, too late.
Maybe so.
Quarterback controversy. I mean, Cooper Rush.
Oh, stop it. We're not going down that road again. How about this one, though? Kudos to Shan and RJ, who are the hosts of the 105.3 The Fan conversation. One of them, I don't know who, decided to, for whatever reason, ask Jerry Jones about the Xavier Legette. He's the Carolina Panthers wide receiver, and maybe it's just leading up because the Cowboys just spanked the Panthers. I don't know, but Legette, who sounds like an extra from The Water Boy, as anybody knows, from South Carolina, talked about eating raccoon and the delicacy, and Jerry was asked by the hosts if he's ever tried raccoon. Roll tape.
I've eaten a lot of raccoon. Yes, the answer is yes. And I've eaten it. I've eaten it hunting. I've actually had it served by my mom at the table away from hunting. and I have eaten raccoon. And yes, it's not uncommon at all. I'll tell you something that is one of my favorites is squirrel, and it's wonderful. And my mother could do a great job of it. And we all had our favorite pieces. And my dad and sister, I have one sibling, a sister, and they would fight over, not fight, but my mom and I, they were just my sister and I as far as siblings. My mom and I wouldn't even ask for the brain in a squirrel.
Oh, man.
And delicious, seriously.
I don't know what to say.
Okay.
Holy bullwinkle.
Delicious, seriously.
Now, please tell me we have.
Oh, yes.
Was that a new drop?
We have.
How many drops did we get out of this?
We got 3 out of this.
Okay, let's go in order.
All right.
Hit one.
One of my favorites is squirrel.
Okay. Give me another one.
I've eaten a lot of raccoon.
Okay. And give me another one.
Delicious, seriously.
Okay.
I mean, he has
I don't
now
know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Wow, we have over 20 drops.
Here's what happened.
24 drops.
Jerry heard that we were, leaning at Mike Tomlin as our favorite drops on the show, and Jerry's like, "Oh my."
I can't give you all the ingredients to the hot dog. You might not like.
Certainly,
Hold my
if
Walker
there's
Blue and
squirrel brains.
What?
One of my favorites is squirrel.
So Jerry Jones's squirrel brains? Is that a new fantasy
fantasy
team?
team,
Jerry's squirrel brains?
Wow.
I've eaten a lot of raccoon.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't know how we're going to use these drops, but 105, 3 to the fan. You never
Settle
know
down just a little bit.
what sort of gumbo you're going to get.
There is less pie.
Okay. And now there's raccoon and squirrel
Squirrel
to
brains.
go with it.
Gee.
How about that?
That's squirrel brain.
Now, what were you saying in the break, TJ?
Well, I mean, I guess you guys got to understand. There's millions of people who didn't grow up. I guess like the people who are mocking this because I personally I never ate raccoon or squirrel, but my grandfather would tell me stories. I guess Jerry grew up poor. You grew up poor back in the South. You would eat, raccoon, squirrel, rabbit. Like I would hear all of these stories, man. Like I don't think it's as crazy or as uncommon as we're making it out to be. Like I said, I've personally never had it, but I know for a fact, like Legette's telling you, like, his people go down there and they hunt coon. Like, again, I've never done it, but
It's like alligator in Louisiana.
Yeah, alligator. I don't think it's as
Gator is
crazy
amazing.
as we think.
So some people grow up watching Rocky the Squirrel and thinking that's cute, and some people are
grow up
like,
eating it.
okay.
I mean, tripe.
I can't wait to.
Italian.
I can remember one day coming home from
Cows,
school
gotta
and my grandpa was in the kitchen skinning a rabbit. And I was just like,
What?
what's Bugs Bunny doing in the kitchen, Grandpa? You know what I mean? Like, I'd never seen that. And
right.
so
In the meantime, though, 3 new drops. Mike, give them to me back to back. Hit the
Delicious,
city.
seriously. I've eaten a lot of raccoon. One of my favorites is squirrel.
Okay.
Just takes a nice chunk out of the pie.
Oh my God.
Now we're just hitting them all.
I know. That's it. That's it.
Wow.
God, I love this job.
Jerry Jones, baby.
I love this show. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.